In this video, we are going to talk about top 15 richest self-made women billionaires in the world. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. There were 328 women on the Forbes Billionaires list this year, up from 241 last year. The women on the list are together worth $1.53 trillion, an increase of over 60% over the previous year. They increased their wealth by $570.7 billion as a result of rising stock markets around the world. Here's a list of the top 15 richest self-made women billionaires in the world. Let's start. Number 15. Vicky Safra. Net worth $16.2 billion. Vicky Safra's fortune was left to her by her late husband, Brazilian financier Joseph Safra, who passed away in December 2020. With banks on 3 continents and the Gherkin Tower in London, Joseph Safra was Brazil's richest man. Joseph and Vicky's 4 adult children each got a percentage of Joseph's inheritance, totaling $7.1 billion. Vicky Safra is a Greek national who has resided in Switzerland for many years. Vicky is the founder and president of the Vicky and Joseph Safra Philanthropic Foundation, which supports hospitals, education, and the arts. Number 14. Sara Mota Delaria. Net worth $17.3 billion. Sara Mota Delaria is a Mexican entrepreneur and businesswoman with a net worth of $10 billion. Sara Mota Delaria has been named the wealthiest woman in Mexico. She is Jorge Laria's widow and owns 36% of Grupo Mexico, the world's 7th largest copper producer. Her family also owns Mexico's largest railroad and oil drilling companies. Southern Copper's parent firm, 𝐥𝐤𝐬, was purchased by Grupo for $2.2 billion in 1999. Grupo Mexico sold about 800,000 metric tons of copper, 90,000 metric tons of zinc, and 63,000 ounces of gold in 2012. Sara and her son German own 51% of the company, which has been hit by strikes and is embroiled in numerous legal battles. Grupo Mexico had a sales of more than $10 billion and a net profit of more than $2 billion in 2012. America's Mining Corporation, which operates in Mexico, Peru, and the United States, Infraestructura y Transportes Mexico, which owns 2 railroads, and a 30% investment in airport operator Grupo Aeroportuario del Pacifico are the company's 3 main divisions. Number 13. Gina Rinehart. Net worth $17.9 billion. Rinehart is the chairman of Hancock Prospecting, one of Australia's most successful private mining businesses, which owes its success to the Roy Hill mine. Rinehart, as Australia's wealthiest woman, lives a luxury lifestyle. Rinehart is rumoured to have purchased a beachfront property in Noosa for roughly $34 million Australian dollars in July 2021, dubbed Webb House. The 4-bedroom modern mansion, which sits on more than 2,000 square meters and boasts unobstructed views of the beach below, was bargained off the market. In addition to Mrs. Rinehart's latest beachfront property acquisition, the mining tycoon also paid roughly $18.5 million Australian dollars for a historic riverbank estate in Hawthorne. Rinehart plans to enlarge the opulent property after receiving consent from the local council to create a master suite with a sitting area. Number 12. Iris Fontbona. Net worth $20.1 billion. Andronico Luksic's wife, Iris Fontbona, built a fortune in mining and drinks before dying of cancer in 2005. Fontbona and their 3 sons, Jean-Paul, Andronico, and Guillermo Luksic, took over his companies, who died of lung cancer in 2013 at age 57. Antofagasta plc, which owns copper mines in Chile and trades on the London Stock Exchange, is controlled by Fontbona and her children. Fontbona and her children also control a majority position in 𝐥𝐤𝐞, a Chilean conglomerate with interests in banking, brewing, and manufacturing. Antofagasta's chairman is Jean-Paul Luksic, and 𝐥𝐤𝐞's chairman is Andronico Luksic. Number 11. Elaine T. Marshall. Net worth $20.7 billion. Elaine Teddimer Marshall is a $20 billion millionaire from the United States. She is a member of Koch Industries' board of directors and the widow of E. Pierce Marshall, whom she inherited her post from. Marshall is often named as one of America's wealthiest women, because to her estimated 15% interest in Koch Industries. Following the death of her husband, E. Pierce Marshall, in 2006, she and several family members inherited an interest in Koch. J. Howard Marshall II, Pierce's father, owned over 16% of Coke at the time of his death in 1995. J. Howard was famously married to Anna Nicole Smith, an American actress and model, for 14 months until his death. Anna pursued legal action after his death, claiming that she was owed money by her late spouse. The legal battle went all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States twice. Anna received no money from either J. Howard's or Pierce's estates as a result of the situation. Anna Marshall was Pierce's stepmother and Elaine Marshall's mother-in-law, respectively. Number 10. Susanne Klatten Net worth $21.7 billion. Susanne Klatten owns 19.1% of BMW, while her brother Stefan Quandt holds 23.6%. Johanna, their late mother, was the third wife of famed industrialist Herbert Quandt, who steered BMW to luxury market dominance. Klatten, an economist with an MBA, was instrumental in turning her grandfather's Altana AG into a world-class pharmaceutical and specialty chemical company. Klatten is the sole owner and deputy chair of Altana, which has yearly revenues of more than $2.5 billion. She also owns shares in Entrust, a company that specializes in digital identification and data protection, as well as SGL Group, a carbon and graphite producer. Number 9. Laurene Powell Jobs Net worth $22.2 billion. Laurene Powell Jobs inherited billions of dollars in Apple and Disney stock from her late husband, Steve Jobs, an Apple co-founder who died in 2011. She purchased a minority position in the parent company of the NBA's Washington Wizards and NHL's Washington Capitals in 2017. She also bought holdings in a number of media properties, including a majority of The Atlantic magazine, and parted ways with Pop-Up magazine in mid-2020. Emerson Collective, a hybrid investing, social impact, and philanthropy organization she created in 2004, has been putting her riches to good use. She established the Emerson Collective Foundation, now known as the Waverly Street Foundation, in 2016 with a $1.2 billion gift, the majority of which was in Disney stock. Number 8. 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿 Net worth $23.5 billion. 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿 is a Chinese-born property developer and millionaire entrepreneur. She became a Cypriot citizen in 2018 and is the largest stakeholder of Country Garden Holdings, which her father Yang Guozhang mostly passed to her in 2007. She is Asia's wealthiest woman. Yang Guozhang, her father, founded the real estate company Country Garden in 1997 and gave her 70% of the company's shares before its IPO in 2007. Country Garden's initial public offering raised $1.6 billion, roughly the same amount that Google raised in the United States in 2004. Yang had a net worth of $27.3 billion as of August 2021. According to Forbes, Yang is vice chairman of the board's governance committee and helped generate $410 million in 2014 by selling new shares. Yang earned a Bachelor of Arts, Science degree from Ohio State University in 2003 and was a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, NSCS. Yang got Cypriot citizenship in 2018, according to leaked documents called the Cyprus Papers, while China does not accept dual nationality. Number 7. Miriam Adelson Net worth $25.3 billion. Miriam Adelson, born October 10, 1945, is a rich Israeli-American physician. She became a donor to conservative political causes in the United States and Israel after her 1991 marriage to American business mogul Sheldon Adelson. The Adelsons contributed to Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, inauguration, and defense fund against the Mueller probe into Russian meddling, as well as the 2020 presidential campaign. She is the current publisher of the Israel Hayom newspaper. The Woodrow Wilson Award for Corporate Citizenship was given to Miriam and Sheldon Adelson by the Smithsonian Institution's Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars in 2008. Number 6. Abigail Johnson Net worth $26.3 billion. Johnson has been president and CEO of Fidelity Investments, FMR, in the United States since 2014, as well as chairman of its worldwide sister company Fidelity International, FIL. Edward C. Johnson II, her grandfather, created Fidelity. Edward C. Ned Johnson III, her father, is chairman emeritus of FMR. The Johnson family owned a 49% share in the corporation as of March 2013, with Johnson holding an estimated 24.5%. Johnson was named chairman and CEO and president in November 2016. giving her complete authority of fidelity, which has 45,000 people globally. Johnson is one of the world's wealthiest women, with a net worth of $22.6 billion. She was named the richest person in America's 50 largest cities by Forbes in 2016, and she was placed number 9 on Forbes's list of powerful women in 2020. In 2020, she was also the wealthiest individual in Massachusetts. Number 5. Jacqueline Mars. Net worth $46.9 billion. Jacqueline Mars is an American heiress and investor who was born on October 10, 1939. She is the granddaughter of Frank C. Mars and the daughter of Audrey Ruth, Meyer, and Forrest Mars Sr., the founders of the American confectionery corporation Mars, Incorporated. Mars was rated 48th richest person in the world by Bloomberg Billionaires Index in April 2021, with a net worth of $43.4 billion United States dollars. Jacqueline Mars controls about a third of Mars, the world's largest candy company, which her grandfather created. She worked for the company for nearly 2 decades and was a member of its board of directors until 2016. Her son, Stephen Badger, serves on the board of directors of Mars. Mars is a member of the National Archives Board of Directors and previously served on the board of the Washington National Opera. Her late brother Forrest Jr.'s 4 daughters control the rest of Mars, while her brother John owns about a third of it. Number 4. Mackenzie Scott. Net worth $56.4 billion. Mackenzie Scott is a novelist and the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. She was married to him for 25 years. In the middle of 2019, they divorced. As part of the divorce settlement, Bezos gave Scott 25% of his Amazon stock, which amounted to 4% of the company. She signed the giving pledge in May 2019, shortly after announcing the conditions of her divorce on Twitter. Scott and Bezos met in 1992 while both working at 𝐥𝐤𝐤, a hedge fund. The next year, they married and relocated to Seattle. Scott, who has 2 novels to his credit, was a Princeton student and research assistant for novelist Toni Morrison. Scott pledged a total of $5.8 billion in contributions to 500 NGOs in 2020, and another $2.74 billion to 286 organizations in June 2021. Number 3. Julia Flesher Koch. Net worth, with family, $60.2 billion. Flesher Koch is the widow of David Koch, a former executive and co-owner of Koch Industries, one of the country's most profitable privately held firms. The Wichita, Kansas-based company has annual revenue of around $115 billion and is involved in oil refining, pipelines, commodities trading, ranching, and paper pulp. Number 2. Alice Walton. Net worth $61.8 billion. Alice Walton, the only daughter of Walmart founder Sam Walton, has made a name for herself in the art world. In February, she received the Getty Medal for her contributions to the field. She opened the $1.2 billion Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas, in 2011, which also happens to be the headquarters of Walmart. The museum introduced pieces by Georgia O'Keeffe and Andy Warhol to the 51,000-person city. Number 1. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers. Net worth $73.6 billion. She is the sole grandchild of L'Oréal founder Eugene Schuller. She was born in the posh Neuilly-sur-Seine neighborhood of Paris in July 1953. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers has always disliked being the center of attention. She is introverted, according to her close friends, and avoids media appearances as much as possible. The world's wealthiest woman is an accomplished pianist who is said to practice for 3 to 4 hours every day. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers married French businessman Jean-Pierre Meyers in 1984, and the couple has 2 children, Jean-Victor, 35, and Nicolas Meyers, 32. In addition to chairing L'Oréal, Françoise Bettencourt Meyers manages the family's philanthropic foundation, which promotes French science and the arts. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, who owns 33% of L'Oréal stock, is the company's largest shareholder. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers inherited $39.5 billion from her mother in 2017, but she has since extended her fortune to an estimated net worth of $86.2 billion as of July 2021. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.